What's up there, chat? What's up in the building and all the people that came in and watched this shit on about the LA corruption in LA and all this old shit? First of all, I want to thank everybody for the donation. If I get a little more donation, I'll probably drop a Hunter Biden skit today. I'll probably drop a Hunter Biden. I'll probably drop John Fetterman. I got John Fetterman and I got uh Hunter Biden and Tony Bobolinsky already done. But right now, we finna get into this. LA is corruption. Now, I'll be ahead of all the news stories right now. When I was talking about racism in LA, if you remember, I said racism in LA is not blacks and whites, it's blacks and Hispanics, right? And since Hispanics got the majority, right, it's more Hispanic racism towards black than it is anything in Los Angeles, right? Now, it was a lady. Now in LA is read by a Democrat on the board, the councilman, the mayor, the whatever you say is Democrat, right? There's very few Republicans in Los Angeles. Everything is ran by the Democrats, and that's why you have so much corruption in housing, in prison, right? With contracts, with all kind of the police department and stuff. When you got Democrats rule, and then you got other people rule over, so you got the blacks, you got the white people, you got the Mexicans, and you got all that against the blacks, and the Asians against the blacks. Blacks got it hard in Los Angeles. Who was that just hit me? Somebody just hit me. Oh yeah, that's what I'm on right now, Sergeant Mo. Sergeant Mo just hit me. That's what I'm on right now. But the racism, right, in Los Angeles is deep with Hispanics, right? Now let me get into this, right? Let me get into this racist private meeting that the LA City Council had, right? It was about a gay man. I guess he had an adopted son, and they was talking about the son. I mean, they was letting everybody have it. It wasn't just the son. They were letting the Asians have it. They were letting the gays have it. They were letting the blacks have it. They were letting Go Song have it. They were letting everybody have it. They was it was no it was no it was no discrimination on her letting anybody have it. Everybody can get it. Everybody and anybody can get it, right? She held no discrimination. She is a cold son of a gun, right? Now let's get into it. Let's get into what she was saying, right? Where was the video at? Let's get into it, right? Right. Now you gotta understand, right? You gotta understand, her name is Nury Martinez, right? She was talking about a white man's black son. Let's see if this is a clip right here. She's talking about a white man, black. A white guy with a little black kid. You probably can't hear, but the rest of it is subtitles, right? But she said a white guy with a little black kid, right? This guy is gay and he adopted a kid. I guess he was doing something good, you know what I'm saying, for humanity. But this lady right here said a white guy with a little black kid. Bajita mito, that means a little monkey, right? If you, I don't in Spanish. I know people don't hear don't know Spanish, but bacata pito means a little monkey. Whatever she said means a little monkey. She called a little black kid a little monkey. That was racist. That was racist. That that was racist. Now she finna get into the black and brown stuff, right? Like I told you, it's in Los Angeles. It's mostly Hispanics, right? It's mostly Hispanics, and they rule. Right? They got the job, they got the unions, they got all that shit. They got the politics, they got the council, they got the mayor, they got all that shit. The police departments, they got all that shit. Right? If you Hispanic, right? And you go to the police department and you got criminals in your family, you can still become a police officer. But if your ass is black and you got criminals in your family, your ass can't become a police officer. Google it. Right? Now they're talking about Gaston, right? Now they're finna talk about all the folks like Gaston. He's with the blacks. He's with the blacks. You hear that? He's not with us. He's with the blacks. Fuck that guy. She said that earlier. Fuck that guy. He's with the blacks, right? Now that's how Hispanics talk about niggas. No video audio? Okay, my bad. No video audio. I forgot to screen share. My bad. Good looking out, Sergeant Mode, for letting me know that, because I would have done the whole damn show without the damn video. Good looking out for that. Oh man, I've been doing the whole damn show without the video. I've been doing the whole show. I did the whole show without the video, I feel like damn they're doing this show again. I feel like damn they're doing this show again. Matter of fact, let's start over. Let me. Ought to start this over. Ought to start this show over. But anyway, got the racist shit right. Let me go ahead and rewind it, right? Because y'all didn't get the racist shit, right? Y'all didn't get the racist shit, right? Let me go ahead and matter of fact, let me give y'all a small commercial break. Right? While I smoke this weed. Let me give y'all a small commercial break. You do a small commercial break right quick. That was fucked up. When Joe Biden said you can take my word as a Biden, do that apply to Hunter Biden too?
I'm cooperating completely. And I am absolutely certain, 100% certain, that at the end of the investigation, that I will be cleared of any wrongdoing.
You're 100% certain.
I'm 100% certain.
Biden and his son are stone cold crooked.
I want to get to the heart of it. Did you and your father ever discuss Ukraine?
No.
We all know that's a damn lie.
From the president with respect to the business dealings of his son. Now, the president has told us time and time again, frankly, it's a lie, but the president has told us time and time again that he has no idea what his son is actually doing.
Do that include smoking Parmesan cheese? Next!
I think that the most important thing, if you are me, is to use your attention with intention. You will not get across to everybody. And I have figured out a long time ago, if you're going to be involved in politics the way that I am, which is to choose to engage with my father in that life.
So Hunter Biden into politics. Who voted for the crackhead?
Because I believe in what he does. If you're going to, then one of your obligations is to use that platform with intent. Is to not allow the platform to sit on top of you. I'm allowing the platform to sit on top of me right now.
Along with underage girls. Next.
So Sinahawk Holdings was a Delaware LLC, which was effectively a partnership between the Biden family, myself, Rob Walker, and James Gillier, and a Chinese large company called CEFC, which turned out to effectively be the capitalistic arm of President Xi's One Belt, One Road.
So that company was guilty by association.
And so Sinahawk Holdings was the entity that Chairman Yi, who was the chairman of CFC, and an entity called Hudson West 4 owned 50% of Sinahawk Holdings, and an entity that represented the Biden family, myself, James Gillier, and Rob Walker, called Oneida Holdings, owned the other 50% of that entity.
And out of that 50%, the big guy get 10%. Next! And because of Joe Biden dumbass son, the crackhead recording, Joe Biden ass is busted.
In 2018, near the height of his battle with addiction, Biden misplaced a handgun, sparking a law enforcement investigation.
I've been through some stuff in my life.
New details emerged last month that the Secret Service may have become involved improperly.
The U.S. tax court already has ruled repeatedly you cannot use drug addiction as a defense for tax evasion.
I went one time for 13 days without sleeping.
Hunter was not incapacitated. He still flew around the world on Air Force Two, doing overseas business deals, selling his father's name and government access to the Obama White House.
I've been through some real stuff.
He had time. He could have filed his tax returns. By the way, he said plural tax crimes.
And smoking crack and drinking vodka exclusively throughout that entire time.
Well, I got news for you. That defense isn't going to work in federal criminal court either.
Is your legal team working on any kind of a plea deal?
Oh, no. I am absolutely certain that what we're doing is being completely cooperative with whoever is asking from any authority whatsoever.
There's no way that will be used in support of successfully used in support of some kind of a diminished capacity defense. This is a classic white collar crime if it occurred. So that's just not going to work. I would.
Okay, now we back. Now we back on that. We back to the racist, right? We back to the racist LA City Council, right? You know what I'm saying? If I get a couple of donations, I will release that tonight. If YouTube love me, when I get some donations, I will release that right after this video. After this message, we be right back. It won't leave that up to you. Or else it's going on Patreon. It's going on Patreon tonight. It's going on Patreon tonight. Or it's going to go on YouTube tonight. One or the other. Here we go. Right? Now, this is the racist, right? This is the racist Hispanic community inside of Los Angeles, right? Now, I got to probably close my... make sure everything is sealed because I don't want to say Hispanics is racist and I'm in a land full of Hispanics and they get the hearing out the door like, hey, this motherfucker's talking about us, right? I don't want to get in that, so let me close this window or some shit like that, right? Oh, did I get it? Is that a donation? Oh, I ain't no donation. But anyway, but like I said, I'm ahead of all the stories, right? Racism in LA, and I'm finna get into why is it racism in LA. This is deep, y'all, right? This is gonna be deep, and I'm finna show you some Democrats, and I'm finna show you some federal cases, and I'm finna show you all that. This is gonna be deep, y'all. Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Whatever the kid's name is, I'm like, it's like the oddest thing. It's like black and brown on this float. And then there's this white guy with this little black kid.
A white guy with a little black kid. Y'all heard it that time. A white guy with a little black kid. What is he doing with a little black kid? What is a little white guy doing with a little black kid?
Who's misbehaved. Este niño has they're not even, they're not doing, the kid is bouncing off the effing walls on the float, practically flipping it over. There's nothing you can do to control him. Parece changuito. And I'm just like, oh my God.
Oh my changuito, that means a little monkey. She called him a little monkey. If y'all don't know Spanish, like I said, that means monkey in Spanish. Oh my God, little changuito. That means he bouncing off the wall. That means the white dude can't control the black kid. Now you got to remember, the white dude is gay, and evidently he adopted the kid because he didn't have no damn black kid. Is all the way black, right? He got a black kid, and she knows that, right? And they are being openly racist. It's a room full of 4 people, right? It's three dudes and 1 woman, right? And they're all trying to get districts, right? They're trying to divide up districts, right? And they talking behind the scenes on how they're going to divide up districts, right? This really some backdoor district shit and how they're going to create money for their little Hispanic community and shit like that, right? This is some real racist shit.
So you'll start seeing them line up.
She say, fuck that guy. She talking about Gasson. Fuck that guy because he was with the blacks.
Isaac was the first.
Right? Fuck that guy. He's with the blacks. You hear that? Huh? Gasson.
You'll start seeing them.
Fuck that guy. He's with the blacks. Do you hear that? One more time.
All the, folks like with us going, he did call me. He wants to have breakfast with me.
What's taking him so long?
I just said, hey, we need to talk.
Gil supported him from the.
Alright, don't worry, I got you.
Fuck that
So
guy.
you'll start
Fuck that guy. You hear it? Martinez, fuck that guy.
seeing them line up.
He's with the black.
He's with the blacks. Fuck that guy. He's with the blacks. That's some of the most racist shit that's been said in private that was made public in the Democratic Party, right? This is some racist ass shit. Fuck that guy. He's with the blacks. Why would you say that? Why would you take a song with the blacks? Ain't that racist? That's racist as shit. That is racist as shit. Right?
Whatever the kid's name is.
Now you got to understand, LA is filled with corruption. LA is filled with a lot of corruption and stuff like that. Councilmen taking bribes and paying for their relative to go to college. LA is full of corruption, right? LA is one of the most corrupt, right, places as far as politicians in the United States, right? Case in point, Mark Ridley Thomas. He was a key figure in LA politics for years. Him, his father, his son, all that. Now their whole damn family is going to jail. His father is dead, but his whole damn family is going to jail. Lifelong politics, all of those shit washed down the drain because they done some scandalous shit in LA politics.
Bribery scheme where he's accused of trying to use county money in exchange for perks for a family member.
County money, including perks for family members, right? Now, I'm finna tell you how all this add up with the lady, right? Miss Martinez, right? Miss Nury Martinez. I'm finna tell you how him and the rest of these people, all this shit adds up to the money and the corruption of LA, right? You only get this shit here, nowhere else.
For the record, that will be 11 ayes and 3 noes. This item is adopted.
According to an indictment, Ridley Thomas allegedly conspired with a former dean of USC's School of Social Work.
A former dean of social work, right? And you know who Mark Ridley Thomas rolled with, huh? The woman that's trying to, right, run for the mayor of Los Angeles, Miss Karen Bass, huh? Mark Ridley Thomas and Miss Karen Bass, right? Mark Ridley Thomas, right, is a corrupt son of a bitch. And what you think? Karen Bass ain't too far behind.
In exchange for a full tuition scholarship and paid professorship for that relative.
Political corruption and bribery are the allegations as a former USC dean pleads guilty to help.
The dean, right? The dean already pleaded guilty to helping him. She already pleaded guilty. So her ass is going to jail.
Set up an illegal $100,000 payment to this man, Mark Ridley Thomas. In return, USC got a contract with LA County. Federal prosecutors.
USC got a contract with LA County. You see how the contracts, right? When you get voted in certain, right, positions in Los Angeles, all the contracts come to you, right? Why you think Maxine Waters got so much money, right? In her district, she had the bus contract, the trash contract, and if you look up her shit, she made her son the chief of staff, and she gave her daughter over $3,500,000, right? But it's nothing to see here, right? It's nothing to see here. But the Democrats turned their head. All that was illegal.
It happened when the suspended LA City Councilman was on the County Board of Supervisors. Well, 83-year-old Marilyn Louise Flynn will plead guilty in the coming weeks.
83-year-old woman pleading guilty. Her ass for to go to a federal penitentiary.
She'll pay likely a 6-figure fine, could serve 1 to 10 years behind bars, but prosecutors are asking for 1 year in home confinement.
An 83-year-old ass woman, they're going to give her ass home confinement because her ass is too old to go to the penitentiary, right? And let me tell you how this all adds up.
It's like the oddest thing. It's like black and brown on this float. And then there's this white guy with this little black kid who's...
Huh? A white guy with a little black kid who was misbehaved. That's racist towards whites and blacks. She don't like white people or black people.
Misbehaved. Este niño has they're not even, they're not doing, the kid is bouncing off the effing walls on the float, practically taking it over. There's nothing you can do to control him. Parece changuito. And I'm just like, oh my God.
I got a couple of donations from RJ Man, right? And I got 2 donations from RJ Man. RJ Man want that skit release. RJ Man, we got to get some more people to donate. RJ Man can't be the only person who want that skit to be released. Or is that man good looking out of donation? Who's that, Miss Black Barbie?
They're raising him like a little white kid, which I was like, this kid needs a beat down. Like a little.
He raising a little like white kid. I was like, this kid needs a beat down. Like, let me take him around the corner and then bring him back. She's talking about beating down a little black kid. Huh? How racist is that? Let me take the kid from the little white man, right? And take him around the corner and beat his ass.
Let me take him around the corner and then I'll bring him back. Yeah. ¿Sí me entiendes? Ven para acá.
Yeah. And she cackling like Kamala Harris. That's a Kamala Harris cackle.
So anyways, getting back to redistricting. Yeah.
Getting back to redistricting, right? That's what it's about, right? When you redistrict in LA, right? Certain parts of certain districts got money and certain districts don't, right? Like if you got a district in South Central LA, ain't too many businesses around there that got money, right? But if you're in the district of like USC, if you like downtown and stuff like that, where all the clubs and all the schools and all the institutions and all the businesses at, right? If you redistrict and you get them contracts, guess what? All them businesses got to come to you for the money. They got to come to you for the money. Huh? So the Hispanics talking about redistricting, right? And they talking about actually kicking blacks out, and right? Out of the district, moving the blacks out of the district so they can get the more money, the most money.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go Cape Town.
Yeah, I see a lot of little short, dark people.
That's Koreans. I see a little short, dark people, right? She's talking about Koreans, right? Now, when she's talking about Koreans, she's talking about inside of Koreatown, inside of China, right? They got a lot of money out there, right? Because they got a lot of businesses and companies and studios and clothing things and shit. They got a lot of money. I see a lot of short, dark people. That's racist. Blacks, Asians, and whites.
Yeah, puro Oaxacan Koreans. Not even like Kevin, little ones.
Huh? Not even like Kevin, little ones, little Koreans. That's racist.
I was like, no, I don't know where these people are from. I was like, I don't know what village they came, how they got here, but.
And so they're wearing shoes.
I don't know what village they came from, how they get here, right? That's racist.
I get what we have to do, right? Just massage to create districts that benefit you.
Huh? I get what we have to do, right? Just massage to create districts that benefit you all, the Hispanic community, that benefit you all. We district. We need to get you into these districts. We need to get you in the downtown district. We need to get you in the USC district, right? We need to get you in the district with all this money. Right, so we district y'all from the places who don't have the places that don't have the money to the places that who do have the money. We're gonna redistrict, huh? We're gonna move. We're gonna make your district. Oh, we got another donation. We got another donation. Oh, so they want the skit. I can't believe finally caught alive. This is old broad. Needs her slip next. Needs her sleep. She need her sleep. She need to go to sleep permanently, right? Good looking out. Who was that? That was Salty Granny. Salty Granny, good looking out, Salty Granny. I'm glad you caught the live too, Salty Granny. If we get a couple of more donations like you, we're gonna release this Hunter Biden skit right here. We're gonna release this Hunter Biden skit right here. We're gonna see if we're gonna get a couple of more donations, Salty Granny. Then we're gonna see if we're gonna we're going to see if we're going to release this Hunter Biden skit right here. Hold on, let me see. When Joe Biden...
So, interesting. So that document is exactly the same document as Sinohawk Holdings, LLC.
My son has not made money in terms of this thing about, what are you talking about? China.
And it appears that Hunter Biden, Jim Biden, and the Biden family literally copied the same document down to typos, as you said, the serial number, and they removed Oneida Holdings, which was the Delaware LLC that represented Jim Biden, Hunter Biden, myself, Rob Walker, and James Gilliar, and Hunter and his lawyer, George Maziers, replaced it with Owasco, which was Hunter Biden's law firm or business that he operated.
So Hunter Biden pulled a 22 fake.
So he effectively swapped out an entity that he owned 20% of to a business that he owned 100% of, which is fraud.
And the big guy cut go from 10% to 20%. Next.
I have not had the only guy made money from China is this guy.
You were paid $50,000 a month for your position?
Look, I'm a private citizen. One thing that I don't have to do is sit here and open my kimono as it relates to how much money I make or did or didn't. But it's all been reported.
He's the only one. Nobody else has made money from China.
If your last name wasn't Biden, do you think you would have been asked to be on the board of Burisma?
I don't know.
And they gave him a $3 million upfront payment.
All right.
And he had no energy.
I'm going to let the vice president
That's
respond to that quickly,
100%
and then I need to get.
I don't know. Probably not.
Probably my ass. Hell no, he wouldn't.
At a high level in July 2017, the Chinese CFC had not funded the $10 million. I was extremely frustrated. The Bidens claimed or presented to be frustrated.
But the Bidens are good actors.
I got calls from Jim Biden. He was ready to call the Chinese directly and say the Biden family's pulling out of a deal, all well documented in text.
We might have to release that, Salty Granny. We might have to release that tonight. You know what I'm saying? We get a couple of more people like Salty Granny up in here. We might have to release that skit. We get a couple of more donations. We almost there, y'all. We almost there. Let's get back into the racists.
Yep. Right, and the future.
Yep.
But we got to figure out Mark's seat too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that benefits you three.
Is if the African Americans look at this.
If the African Americans look at this now that they may or may not be suspended. What? I know that's going to happen. What you mean suspicious? They cannot be suspicious? I don't know.
Now that he might or may not be suspended, I don't know what's going to happen. I think he should be, but anyhow, if he goes away.
You mean resign, not suspended?
No, here's.
You're right. I think there is a difference.
If I may.
If he resigns, hold on. If he resigns and the African Americans look at this as a hostile takeover because he's gone, we'll have to figure that shit out because politically they're going to come after.
Yeah, but
politically they're going to come after us, right? They're going to figure that shit out. If we fucking around and redistrict somebody, right, and kick the blacks out of a district, right, that's making money, they're going to come after us because they know what the fuck we doing, right? We going after the money. They talking about money, y'all. This is what the Democrats do behind closed doors. Oh shit, RJ man send another donation. Look at RJ man. I always donate $5 when I watch your videos, Black, but I miss a few, so I'm catching up. Oh shit, good looking out.
Can I say something right now? And this is what I call ¿cómo se llama this guy? The movie, the Wizard of Oz effect.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by the Wizard of Oz effect is when you're at the side of the curtain, it's like this big voice. And it sounds big. And it sounds like there's thousands of them. And then when you actually pull the curtain, is that you see the little Wizard of Oz.
Right? Now let me tell you what he's talking about. He's talking about black people, right? Because black people are loud, right? That's why he said it makes it seem like it's 1,000 people because black people is loud. But when you pull the curtain back, it's not really nobody there. But they loud as shit. That's why he say the Wizard of Oz effect.
You know what?
I've never watched the movie.
It's the same thing.
All right.
It's real simple. You got 100 people, right? 52 of them are Mexicanos. I feel pretty good about it. I feel pretty good about my. It's real simple. You got 100 people, right? 52 of them are Mexicanos. I feel pretty good about it. I feel pretty good about my chances of beating your ass.
25.
Right? 50, you hear what he's saying? I feel pretty good about beating your ass because if 51 of them is Hispanic and 25 are black and these are the ones that are shouting, right? These are ones that are shouting loud, but when you open the curtain, ain't nobody behind the curtain. That's these people right here. It's only 25 blacks, right? So it don't matter what they say because we are the majority. That is racist.
Or black. And the 25 blacks are shouting. But they shout like there were 250. Yeah. When there's 100 of us, they're like, it sounds like there's 10 of us.
Huh? Do you hear that? Corruption. And you know why that is? Because the Democrats go after the money. They go after the money.
Ridley Thomas is scheduled to go on trial November 15th.
Today, the FBI agents arrest LA City Councilman Jose Huizar. Huizar has long been suspected in a corruption scandal. These are actually bundles of cash, just some of the bribes he is accused of accepting. Huizar now faces a federal racketeering case. NBC4's I-Team is
Bundles of cash. Do you hear that? Do you see that? Bundles of cash. This nigga got racks on top of racks on top of racks. That's why you redistrict, right? In LA. Because if you redistrict and you get the places with the most money, guess what? You get the contracts. Huh? This is what the Democrats do. You get the contracts. This is what the Hispanic, right, politicians, the council people are trying to do. They say redistricting, right? And they say well, it don't matter what the black people say about the redistricting. They're going to be speaking loud, but it's more of us than it is them. So we have the power. Basically, we can do what the fuck we want. Do you hear that? Do you hear that?
has been following the evolving City Hall scandal.
Federal prosecutors have described corruption inside LA City Hall as a cancer, a disease of elected officials who've allegedly ignored what's best for the public and instead have lined their pockets.
Do you hear that? It's not just one person. It's not just two people. It's a lot of them corrupt in the LA Council City Hall, right? A lot of them getting that money, getting that money.
The 116-page complaint against Jose Huizar is a first-ever racketeering case brought against a sitting elected official in L.A., and the U.S. Attorney for Southern California says this is one of the most significant public corruption cases ever.
This is the first time a RICO charge has been used with respect to the city council. As you can see from the extensive affidavit, the corruption alleged was longstanding.
RICO charge, ain't that what you give to the mob? Ain't that what you give to gangs, huh? Ain't that what you give to gangsters? They hit them with the RICO.
Encompassed many different projects and involved a number of different individuals.
The feds say Huizar is the fifth to face charges in a large conspiracy and was referred to by the alleged conspirators as the boss.
Wait a minute. What's up with all these code names all these Democrats got? The boss, the big guy, huh? All of them start with the B, huh? The boss, the big guy.
Who's now accused of accepting $1.5 million in bribes and other enticements, like these bundles of cash the FBI seized from Huizar's closet. In exchange, Huizar is accused of pushing projects through approval, interfering with labor unions, and limiting demands for the number of affordable housing units.
Huh? Pushing projects through approval. That's why you get them contracts, right? You get them contract because look at all these buildings in Los Angeles that need approval, right? Throw a little money to me, put a little money in my pocket, right? I'm going to approve your shit. Interfering with labor unions, right? Joe Biden, like, labor unions are this, labor unions are that, right? Labor unions can be controlled, right? Because I told people, labor unions is a labor, so you have to go. And you're not an independent contractor, so you can't bargain, you can't do nothing. You have to go with what the labor say, right? What the labor department say, raises and off days and all that shit, right? So if the bosses of the labor unions put a little money in your pocket, guess what? You ain't gonna pass them labor laws, huh? Limited demands for affordable housing, right? So when them people, right? When them people say, "Hey man, we need more affordable housing," right? And them people put some money in your pocket, say, "Hey, we got a limitation on affordable housing. We can't afford no more affordable housing," right? Because the people who wasn't making no money on the affordable housing, right, put that money in your pocket, right? So now he limited demands on it. Said, "Oh, people don't really need it." That's why it's a big homeless crisis in California because of politicians like him.
Units that cost the developers profits.
Another developer who made substantial contribution to the political action committees later bragged in an email to employees that Mr. Huizar helped them get the go-ahead for a 35-story building.
That is this project in the Arts District, where construction began earlier this year. The developer didn't return our calls. The Fed.
Did you hear that? The Arts District. You know how much money they make in the arts district? Arts. You know how much that contract is worth?
Say no one who saw what was happening inside City Hall reported it. And it wasn't until someone in Las Vegas said they saw Weezer with a huge amount of casino chips, as seen in these security camera images in the case file, that the FBI got involved.
And reveals a cast of characters who made decisions about Los Angeles city development on behalf of wealthy donors, regardless of what was in the best interest of its residents.
If
Pennsylvania, if you want better for your state, you got to vote better. Like vote Dr. Oz, because America can't afford the alternative.
But Fetterman got it, and he got it in a landslide. And this guy's a disaster. He comes in with a sweatsuit on. I've never seen him wear a suit.
That's because I forgot to push mute off. RJ, man, said I cannot. Wait. What did he say? Wait, Philly Phil, right? My bad, I didn't read your shit. Black Best on YouTube, been watching your shit since the bicycle and hotels days. RJ, man, said I cannot take another donating. There's another little something black. Best of luck to you. Good looking out. That's right, RJ, man. RJ, man, say you can't take it. Ain't nobody donate. RJ, man, is right. Y'all got to donate to the cause. RJ, man, and be like Philly Phil and donate to the cause. These are quality videos. Look, I can release this video tonight, right? This or Hunter Biden. If y'all keep donating, if people donate, I can start releasing it on YouTube instead of Patreon. Pennsylvania, if you want better for your state, you got to vote better. Like vote Dr. Oz, because America can't afford the alternative.
But Fetterman got it, and he got it in a landslide. And this guy's a disaster. He comes in with a sweatsuit on. I've never seen him wear a suit.
That's because Fetterman is a bomb that lives off his birthing people.
Fetterman did, in fact, take his money from his parents until he was in his 40s.
A dirty, dirty, dirty sweatsuit. It's really disgusting. You know, I'm a clean freak. I'm a clean freak, Oz. I don't like those dirty sweatsuits. They're disgusting.
He was the mayor of a small town in Pennsylvania, and his parents were his primary source of income well into his 40s.
And the nigga is 53 now, so you do the math. Next! Fetterman is used to not working.
As mayor, according to public records obtained by the Washington Free Beacon, Fetterman missed more than a third of the borough's monthly meetings. He was off at the Aspen Institute.
Freeloading Fetterman is something that Republicans want to start. There's going to be hashtags with freeloading Fetterman. They have that in the ads. They want the idea that John Fetterman has skated by relying on his parents.
In his entire tenure as the mayor of Braddock, John Fetterman cast just a single vote at a city council meeting, and it was a meaningless one.
Just like his entire life, meaningless. Next! Fetterman want to raise your taxes, but he don't even pay his own.
And again, there is truth in this attack. John Fetterman didn't pay all of the taxes, both personally and on a community organization he started.
Ain't that what Hunter Biden is getting indicted for now?
But the idea that John Fetterman skated by using his parents' money and not paying his own taxes cuts through the image of a tough guy who speaks plainly and honestly.
And cut to the damn truth that Fetterman is a damn liar that like criminals and hate citizens.
Fetterman may dress like a teenager getting high in his parents' basement, but he's a raging lunatic hell-bent on springing hardened criminals out of jail in the middle of the worst crime wave in Pennsylvania history. He wants everybody out of jail, And by the way, he wants to get rid of your police.
If you had a magic wand and you could wave it and fix one thing, what would it be?
Life without parole in Pennsylvania.
Fetterman is a defund the police Marxist who's just pulling the wool over people's eyes, who literally said that if he had a magic wand and could fix one thing, he would.
We could save billions in revenue long term. We could save thousands of lives and not make anyone less safe.
Through his position on the Pennsylvania Board of Pardons, Fetterman has released a record number of dangerous criminals back onto the streets, many of which have created horrible, just atrocious crimes.
And also expunges many permanent records of people that have been living their best lives and have been paying well beyond when they should have for a charge that they caught, 10, 15, 20 years ago.
Funded drug dens and the complete decriminalization of illegal drugs, including heroin, cocaine, crystal meth, and ultra-lethal fentanyl. And by the way, he takes them himself.
And he said something remarkable.
Fetterman takes him himself. Oh shit, we probably got to release one. We're gonna have a viewer's choice after this, right? We're gonna have a viewer's choice, right? We get about 2-3 more donations. We're gonna have a viewer choice: Hunter Biden or Fetterman. We're gonna release tonight. We're gonna release Hunter Biden or Fetterman, a viewer's choice, right? After the racist video, we get about 2 or 3 more donations. Like Miss, who is this? Like Miss Melon Jabi. We get a couple of more donations like Melon Jabi.
Somebody slides in, right, temporary or however you do it, right? That person has to support the 3 of you.
Huh? That person has to support the 3 of you. If somebody slides in, right, temporarily, or however you do it, right? However you do it. However you do it, right? If somebody slides in temporarily, however you do it, they got to support you. All 3 of you. Huh? Look how they going behind people back, redistricting, right? Trying to go for the money. This is how the Democrats do, y'all. Is this what the Democrats do? Is this who you want running your government? Is this who you want running your district? Is this who you want running the country? The racist, money-stealing, lying Democrats.
It has to support the 3 of you. And Danny,
you know who wants to run for that seat?
Reggie.
No, Isidore.
I ain't gonna support Reggie. Reggie was over there with Karen.
Reggie was over there with Karen, as in Karen Bass, the black woman.
After he was fucking sweating his ass off.
The one who will support us is Heather Hunt.
Yes.
I like Heather Hunt.
Yeah.
The one to support is Heather Hunt, right? Whoever that is. I like her, right? Now they're trying to put people in positions saying who they like and who they don't like. See what happens when the Democrats get power, right? See how they fucking up the country? This not just happening on a small level. This happened on the big level because you think this the Democrats doing this shit in L.A.? Huh? Look at Nancy Pelosi. She from California. Look at her and her husband. Huh? Look at Kamala. She from California. Look at Adam Schiff. He from California. Huh? Look at the other fool. He from California. All these fools from California. Huh? Maxine Waters. She from California. Huh? All of them from California. What's his name? What do you call it? The dude who had sex with Fang Fang. He from California.
So there's certain people who don't merit like us rescuing them. Your comadre, right?
I'm not arguing with you about that.
I know who you know.
¿Quién es tu comadre? Who's your comadre?
Yeah. She doesn't merit, right?
I don't know what none of that means. I'm not no translator. I should have translated that shit on Google.
She's not our ally. She's not going to help us. Her district is not a district we can count on.
So you're saying that's the one to put in the blender and chop up left or right?
But that's what they did.
Yeah.
I don't know what that one meant. I wouldn't even record that.
So there's certain people who don't merit like us rescuing them.
Oh, we don't need this.
Don't go after, leave him alone.
Oh, here we go.
I know that. If you want to make, I told Danny, if you want to cut a deal, and if you want to make like fucking boss moves, I would go after the airport.
Go after the airport, right? Because you know how many contracts you get with the airport? If you want to make a boss move, go after the airport. You know how many contracts, motel, restaurants, stores, everything by the airport. That's big money. That's big money for the Democrats. If you want to make a boss move, go after the airport.
He goes, fuck, I know that idea. I said, tell my Grace.
So
go take it from his friend. Don't go after. Leave him alone. Go get the airport from his fucking little brother, that little bitch Bonnet.
Ooh, that little bitch Bonnet. Right? That's the gay white dude who got the black son. Go get it from him, since he got the district. He got the airport that's making the money. Go get it from him so we can fraud their ass.
How many black people?
I go, what is with Bonnet? I said, Bonnet thinks he's fucking black. That guy don't think.
Huh? I say Bonnet thinks he's fucking black. That guy don't think he's, the guy think that guy don't think he's black. What? Bonnet thinks he's black. So he adopt a black kid. Look how the racist shit come out.
He's got to go. He thinks he's black. I told her the same thing.
Look at the racist shit. Look how much the racist shit come out. I'm not satisfied. We're satisfied. I don't know what the hell this means, but look how.
I'm satisfied. We are satisfied with. I'm telling you, with Polanco, that's the K 2.5 and amended. We're good with that. We can live with that. We think it's generous to your guy, Mitch, but we're okay.
Why do you keep saying my guy?
Well, he's my guy.
And your guy, Duran's
my
guy.
guy.
Where's your
Aren't you not cool with him anymore? I needed a fucking placeholder. I don't fucking need anybody to do my job. Trust me, all these guys, you know.
I'm good with. Look at
no offense to both of you, but
look at how hard I work.
do all the work.
Look how hard I work to not let this be a compare contrast to Echo Park.
I thought you guys were okay.
Echo Park is a part of Los Angeles. Got a lot of stores in it. It's a community close to West Hollywood and stuff like that. You know, they got a gay community and stuff like that. But it's big money in Echo Park now. It used to be gang infested, but now they cleaned it out. It's a lot of white folks moved over there, a lot of movie producers, movie stars and stuff like that. And it's a booming community. So they're trying to take the airport and Echo Park, right? And Echo Park, right? Because why? Because Los Angeles politics, right, and the politicians are corrupt.
City Councilman Mitch Englander is now in the custody of the FBI. We're told he's accused of lying to agents in a wide-ranging corruption probe of City Hall. KCO 9's Dave Lopez is live in downtown L.A. with the details. Dave?
Well, it was 17 months ago that Mitch Englander stunned everyone and resigned his position as city council member, even though he had 2 years left, saying that he had a job in the private sector that was just, quote, too good to pass up. Today, he faced a judge. He faces the possibility of a long prison term. He's ordered free on bail, $50,000 once his wife posts it, and he has to surrender the 7 weapons that he has inside his home.
The 7 weapons, but they don't want nobody in there. They want to take away your Second Amendment rights, but they got weapons up the asshole, right? Karen Bassett's got her weapons took. He got his weapons took because he got a federal charge, right? Look at all the corruption inside of Los Angeles, right? This was in the last 2 years, people going to jail. These people talking about contracts, all these LA council people going to jail for bribery, taking money, you know what I'm saying? Getting hit with the RICO Act and shit like that. All Democrats. All Democrats. And guess who turned their heads? All Democrats, from the judges to the prosecutors to everybody, all Democrats.
We'll go ahead and open the roll.
49-year-old Mitch Englander was a powerful member of the LA City Council. He's also a member of the LAPD Reserve Unit. And now he's looking at 50 years in federal prison if convicted for his alleged role in a scandal that has rocked City Hall and leaving many to wonder just how far will this go. In November.
Just how far would this go? Huh? Everybody getting hit with the corruption. Everybody getting hit with the RICO. And remember, the RICO don't hit you at once. The RICO take time to hit you. So imagine how many more they finna hit. They're not the only corrupt people in Los Angeles. Look at the homeless contract, the buses contract, the trash contract, the building contracts, the construction contracts. There's a whole lot of corruption going on.
November of 2018, FBI agents raided the City Hall office of Councilmember Jose Rizar. Rizar has not been arrested as the investigation continues. Englander's name was never mentioned in that initial raid, but now he's under arrest, and Rizar's investigation by the FBI is ongoing.
I'm here to work. I'm here to do my job.
That was Rizar 2 weeks after the FBI searched his offices and his home, and that has been his standard answer ever since. Today, he had no comment about Englander's arrest.
That's the other nigga, right? the first nigga who got arrested, right? They all in cahoots with each other. You think they're the only ones in cahoots with each other? You think ain't nobody else going down?
Englander, as well as Rizar, had been a member of the Plan and Land Use Management Committee, PLUM for short, the committee that oversees many of the major commercial and residential development projects in the city of Los Angeles. According to the indictment, a developer who had business in Los Angeles gave Englander a free trip to Las Vegas in June of 2017. The allegations, he also gave him $10,000 in cash, $1,000 in casino chips, paid for Englander's party for a $34,000 bar bill, $2,481 dinner tab, and $300 for an escort.
Huh? You see the common thing? They both was in Vegas. They both was spending money in Vegas, right? Doing corruption in LA, going to Vegas, spending their money, trying to trade in the dirty money for the clean money. Sons of bitches.
And he's accused of telling the businessman, don't say any of this to the FBI, especially about the massage lady. Englander adding, don't say it.
The prostitute. Don't say anything about the prostitute. Don't say it.
Don't mention. No.
Don't mention. No, don't mention it. Don't mention the prostitute. So why do you think these people, right, want this contract so bad? Want the contract, right, with Echo Park and Airport and USC and all that old shit. They want to make the money because guess what? They corrupt too.
You sound like you guys are okay. Like, fuck, man, you had me fooled. I'm like, oh, yes, we call it the bromance, a COVID bromance. They go on COVID. Yeah.
Wait, I don't want to say that. YouTube disclaimer. I do not agree with the views or the comment of the people on this channel about anything resulting or resembling or what they're talking about the COVID. I don't agree with their opinions. This is a news clip. Like, this is a news thing, and I have no control of what they say, right? This is a news article. Disclaimer. I gotta say that. Disclaimer. I do not represent the views of the people that's on this video.
And I'm like, oh, fuck, I didn't get the memo.
I distinguish the work and
now we're back to like battling, so I don't understand.
I'm not battling, man. Look at how much I fought to keep him out of this.
He's a teamster. I gotta support him.
Yeah.
Family.
A teamster. I gotta support him. Family is a teamster. Woo! Huh? The corruption runs high.
Is it teamster?
Yeah, that's why this guy that's running from HRE, I already told Susan.
Sometimes you gotta bring people a little closer to try to control them a little bit, like sort of like calm the hell down. I get it. He's a diva. I understand that.
Ooh, he's a diva. He's a diva. Oh, RJ man. RJ man, look, RJ man, we're gonna let you. This is RJ man.
All this. I mean, my goal in life is to get the three of you elected, and I'm just focused on that. I mean, we're like the little Latino caucus of our own
city.
Yeah.
We're like the Latino caucus of our own city, right? The Latino caucus of our own. Look what they said. Look how openly racist they is.
And we have to find, new folks to bring in. Blumenfield was in here the other day, right? He goes, well, we're trying to create another Latino. Why do we have to do that? I go, fuck. The way I see it, all of the seats are Latino.
Oh, you see that? Why the fuck we got to do that? The way I see it, all our seats are Latino. We ain't got to bow down to nobody. Whites, blacks, nobody. We Latino, we got our own caucus going on. This is racist. And this is how they think behind our backs.
What did he say?
Oh, you got a point there.
Fuck that.
You know, what do we say? 52% of the population is Latino.
His mentors are the reason we're so fucking gerrymandered in the valley.
Right.
You hear that, RJ, man? If we get another donation, right? We're gonna let RJ, man, pick one of these kids, Hunter Biden or John Fetterman, to be released tonight after this show.
That I agree with. He said we could reduce our prison population by a third and not make anyone less safe in Pennsylvania. And that's a profound statement.
Which would mean death and despair for every community in Pennsylvania and every community in the United States of America.
And Philadelphia had the most murders and the most overdoses ever. Next, if Fetterman want to fix Philadelphia, he must first fix himself.
To say it has been a chaotic week for Democratic Senate nominee John Fetterman would be an understatement. Pennsylvania's lieutenant governor suffered a stroke last Friday.
It was very sudden. I witnessed it happening. I saw his mouth move in a certain way that just didn't feel right, or something seemed off.
He will stay in the hospital for now. He needs some time to rest and recover. He was admitted to Penn Medicine's Lancaster General Hospital, which means it is very possible he will not be on the campaign trail tomorrow, Election Day.
We had breakfast and then we were headed to an event. We stopped he went to get a nice tea. When he walked into the car is when I noticed it.
Then on Tuesday, he voted from the hospital via emergency absentee ballot in the state's Democratic Senate primary.
So as we shifted, instead of heading to the event, we shifted and headed straight to the emergency room.
He says he was feeling unwell last week. The exact symptoms unknown right now.
He won the race later that night. And on the same day, Fetterman underwent a nearly 3-hour procedure to get a pacemaker implanted.
But the campaign says he suffered a stroke caused by a blood clot, likely triggered by his heart beating in AFib, which usually means a rapid, sometimes chaotic heartbeat.
So all the events were canceled. All the things you can't plan for all happened that morning.
And Fetterman ain't been the same since. And there's no guarantee that he'll ever be the same.
Hey everybody, it's John and Giselle. As you can see, we hit a little bump on the campaign trail.
Bump my ass, it's a mountain, and that nigga is still climbing it.
Can you even imagine that if you had a doctor that was mocking your illness?
It's not worse than the comedian writing a skit about you. Next! Anyway, didn't you try to make fun of Dr. Oz and salad?
Guys, that's $20 for crudité, and this doesn't include the tequila. I mean, that's outrageous. And we got Joe Biden to thank for this.
In Pennsylvania, you have Fetterman to thank for that. He's like a co-conspirator of Joe Biden.
In PA, we call this a veggie tray. And if this looks anything other than a veggie tray to you, then I am not your candidate.
Well, you know what it is. Do you eat them?
Fetterman campaign is also now selling these Wegner's stickers captioned "Let Them Eat Crudité," which have contributed to a more than $500,000 fundraising haul for Fetterman's campaign.
Your ass don't eat salad, but you make fun of them. Next! That's why your ass almost had heart failure, because you're making fun of salads instead of eating one.
Fetterman suffered a stroke, essentially right before the primaries. His doctor, now hearing from his doctor, saying that Fetterman has had an AFib, has something called cardiomyopathy, a heart disease that makes it harder for the heart to pump blood.
And that comes from not eating salads. That's what Fetterman doctor said, not Dr. Oz.
Ridiculing that? Well, here we are. Here we are right now.
Now, the campaign says doctors told him there was no cognitive damage to his brain. Fetterman says he initially avoided going to the emergency room, but it was his wife who pushed him to get it checked out.
So Fetterman don't listen to his doctor or his wife. Next! It seemed like Fetterman doctor had more to say about Fetterman health than Dr. Oz.
He says in 2017, he first checked out the Lieutenant Governor, John Fetterman, had prescribed medications along with improved diet and exercise and asked him to follow up again. And then adds Fetterman did not go to any doctor for 5 years and did not continue taking his medication.
I would like to think that Dr. Oz may have really lost his way if you're going to make fun of somebody that had a stroke.
What about your doctor telling your ass why you had a stroke?
It was on Friday. I just wasn't feeling very well. So I decided, you know what, I need to get checked out. So I went to the hospital.
Get checked out.
So if it wasn't for your wife, you would be dead because you sure in the hell don't listen to your doctor.
We are also hearing from Lieutenant Governor himself in a statement saying, I didn't do what the doctor told me, but I won't make that mistake again.
3 months ago, I may not have made it.
He says, I should have taken my health more seriously.
He wasn't feeling well. His wife made him go to the hospital.
Because I was right, as always.
And that may have saved his life, likely saved his life.
John Fetterman is too stupid to save his own damn life. But now you're trying to save America. Ain't that a bitch?
Just earlier today, I was so proud to march with you in downtown Pittsburgh. Labor Day. Happy Labor Day.
How long is Sweatsuit Fetterman gonna take to recover?
Hey, John, are you afraid to debate Dr. Oz? Are you afraid to debate Dr. Oz?
Yeah, scared of being embarrassed by a doctor with a PhD that performed heart surgeries. That might be a mismatch for a freeloader that live off his parents that don't pay taxes and can't remember a damn question.
Send me to Washington, D.C. so I can work with Senator Casey and I can champion the union way of life in D.C.
Joe Biden got an Easter bunny as his keeper. Fetterman got Harry Potter.
Thank you, John. Are you going to debate him? He's offered 5 debates. Are you going to debate him?
Being anti-union is anti-American. Thank you very much, and it's an honor. I live 8 minutes away from here, and when I leave tonight, I got 3 miles away, Dr. Oz in his mansion in New Jersey. You've got a friend and you have an ally. Send me to Washington, D.C.
In Pennsylvania, if you do, it will be the biggest mistake you will ever make. And time might have a problem with that. Where RJ Man at? RJ Man, we're gonna let you pick. RJ Man, viewer choice. It's either Fetterman tonight, or we're gonna get some Hunter Biden up in here. We're gonna get some Hunter Biden, and we're gonna get some Fetterman up in here. When Joe Biden said you can take my word
It's disinformation.
and his father wasn't the big guy.
Were they responsible, talking to their intelligence sisters of the 51 intelligence officials that came forward and engaged in their own information operation when they said that Hunter Biden's laptop had all the earmarks of a Russian information operation?
When there was a Biden crime family operation.
And daunting. So at the end of that 5+ hour interview, the head of station told my lawyers, listen, an individual named Tim Tebow is going to run point on all of this.
He should have ran center because he was in the center of all this bullshit.
Grassley zeroes in on one particular player, FBI agent Timothy Tybalt, who he claims may have improperly swayed the criminal investigation into the president's son.
We're definitely going to have Tony come back in for a follow-up interview. Could be as early as next week. Some of the people that were in the room weren't well versed on all these facts. We may want to have people come in from Baltimore or Delaware. And, I was ready to sit down with anybody that needed me to or travel wherever I wanted to.
Hunter Biden got more evidence on his laptop than Jeffrey Dahmer had in his apartment. Oh, shit, I messed up. The stupidest person in the free world, too. Joe Biden.
And so the head of station gave my lawyers Tim Tebow's cell phone number. Tim was not there that day. I think he was out of Washington, D.C. But my lawyers had an hour and a half call with him that Friday night, October 20th.
I'm glad I didn't finish it. I can edit it out right now. I can edit it out. Where RJ Man at? We got viewer choice, RJ Man. What we doing tonight, RJ Man? Is we gonna do Hunter Biden, or we gonna do are we gonna do Hunter Biden, or we gonna do John Fetterman? Where RJ Man at? Which one we gonna do, RJ Man? Which one we gonna do? Right? Or we can do one of these, or we can go to one of these right here. Let me see. We can go to one of these. right here. Let me see. RJ, man, where you at? We want to release that, or you want to release this right here? Where we at? YouTube. Is this one right here? Let me see. Do I got one up in here? Let's see. Do we got one up in here? RJ, man, where you at? Where you at? No, it's not up in here. I know where it's at. RJ, man, where you at? We can do it. What's up, Al Bundy? I see Al Bundy in the house. Oh, or we can do this. What's one you want to do, RJ? Man, we got viewers' choice tonight. We could do the migrant. We could do the migrant. We can do the migrant. We could do the migrant. RJ, man, where you at, RJ?
They say the best shooting practice is shooting at cans. That's Jamaica.
Sustainable for years.
From Friday, 1 in the morning to Tuesday.
Through and have then victimized people not only in Florida but
also.
While FDOT did send the statement you saw on that story there, they did not.
For immigration, the immigrant wouldn't have been able to kill the officer.
It appears that he made.
What's another story?
Like they tell all the 21 and under immigrants to do.
Sheriff's police office. On a Wednesday night just a few weeks ago, motorists had reported seeing a man covered in blood walking along the highway, and then he disappeared into the woods.
No comment, sir. Only Democrats from the state of Texas, the front line of the border crisis, ended up talking to us.
Because them Democrats know what happened by the border.
When authorities finally arrested the man, the next morning they identified him as a Honduran migrant named Medina Aloa. Now, Aloa claimed to be a teenager. Authorities followed the trail of blood left by Medina Aloa to find his victim, a 46-year-old father of 4.
What is the mother going to tell them kids?
And security cameras showed Aloa stabbing the man multiple times and beating him to death with a chair in his own home. Just a terrible story.
And from his head shape, he probably a damn retard.
Now, investigators suspect Aloa was lying about his identity, so they checked in with the Honduran consulate. And that's when they found out that Medina Aloa is not, in fact, a teenager.
Like they tell all the 21 and under immigrants to do.
He's actually 23 years old, and he's in this country illegally.
So when Biden is flying these people all over the fruited plain in the middle of the night, I didn't hear a peep out of those people.
So how did he get here? It turns out Aloa did not sneak across the border. He didn't overstay his visa. No, instead, according to a report in the New York Post, Aloa crossed the border under a fake name, pretending to be an unaccompanied minor.
Like an animal let out of the cage in society. And what the hell an animal do when they let out of a cage in society? They kill, damn it. Next! And the looters in Florida thought Ron DeSantis was playing. But Ron DeSantis used Donald Trump term. When the looting start, the shooting start.
And in keeping with the Biden administration's immigration policies, he was led into the country. He was placed into a shelter, and then he was released.
Don't even think about looting. Don't even think about taking advantage of people in this vulnerable situation.
Because if you play stupid games, your ass gonna win some immigration prizes.
A week before this, we sent this email to DHS, notifying them we would be in D.C. and we were requesting an interview with the secretary. We received no response. So,
somebody else gonna have to choose it. RJ, man. Well, I thought RJ, man, that took an early flight off. RJ, man, we can do this right here, RJ, man. Which one you want to do, RJ, man? We can release one of these tonight, RJ, man.
I know oil was going to go up the first time Joe Biden took a trip to Saudi Arabia. Was motivated because Donald Trump wasn't in office.
Had a number of conversations.
And didn't you at one point tell him, I know exactly where you are, and give him the exact coordinates where he was?
No, I sent him a picture of his house.
And said, we can end your lease right now.
He said, but
where
why?
he was at the time.
He said, but why do you send me a picture of my house? I said, you'll have to figure that one out.
And figure it out in less than 30 seconds.
But I said, if you don't If you do anything from that point on, we didn't lose one soldier.
Because they would have lost a whole country.
I said, if you do anything, we're going to hit you harder than any country has ever been hit. He said, I understand, Your Excellency.
Now do what I say.
And he called me Your Excellency. I don't know if he calls Biden, but I will tell you this. We didn't lose one soldier in 18 months. And by the way, Biden got up and made a speech and he said that.
I wonder, was that on the damn teleprompter?
Right. And they didn't follow the plan. We had a plan that was perfect.
And Joe Biden was stupid and turned an ally into an enemy.
I don't know whether their motivation was to strengthen Putin, but here's the fact. It does strengthen Putin.
The White House says a decision by OPEC Plus to cut oil production is a clear sign the group is aligning with Russia.
I don't know whether their motivation was to hurt the American people, but the fact is it does hurt the American people.
When the president went to Saudi Arabia, he said, I'm doing all I can to increase the supply for the United States of America, which I expect to happen. What happened?
His ass didn't get the job done.
Tonight, fears fueled by the OPEC decision to cut supply, the gas prices will be once again on the rise.
And my pockets are on the decline.
Those fears familiar to Californians who've seen more than a month of spiking gas prices.
And there are consumers now in California paying $6.40.
Oh shit! What we at? Who we? Somebody we're gonna have to let Miss Black Barbie fill in for RJ, man. Miss Black Barbie, which one should I release tonight? Fetterman or Hunter Biden? Which one you think? Which one you want to see tonight? You know, I'm gonna release one of them tonight. We're gonna leave it to Black Bar. RJ man, I checked out early. I told RJ man to stay in, but RJ man probably live on the East Coast somewhere and probably can't check in right now. RJ man can't check in right now. Hold on, what's this one right here? Oh, we probably can do this one right here. Which one you want to see, Black Barbie? We're gonna
Good afternoon. We are here today
to do this
to address the motion that was filed
with a hung jury, them hanging your ass.
Did you hear me say that, sir?
Is that the answer to the question?
Sir, did you hear me just now?
Is that an answer to the question?
This is not a question and answer session, sir. I'm giving you certain advisements. Did you hear me advise you just now?
Did you hear the question I asked? Because it sounds like a
Mr. Brooks, we'll move on.
Because my patience is running thin.
You are advised that,
judgment.
Mr. Brooks, you are advised that this court will not appoint standby counsel.
Okay, you said
there are a number of reasons which I will advise you.
Mr. Brooks, a stupid motherfucker. Miss Barbie, which one we doing tonight, Miss Barbie? Oh shit, Miss Barbie checked out. Miss Barbie, which one we doing tonight? Or we gonna have to get to Sergeant Mo. Sergeant Mo, which one we doing tonight, Sergeant Mo? Sergeant Mo want to see one. We want to do Fetterman, Sergeant Mo, or you want to do Hunter Biden? What's up, Al Bundy? Al Bundy want to see Hunter Biden finale. Which one we gonna do, Sergeant Mo? Sergeant, we're gonna do the Fetterman. Wait, we're gonna do the Fetterman. Oh shit. We're gonna do the Fetterman with Fetterman at. Are we gonna do the what they call it? Where the Fetterman at? We're gonna it's viewer's choice. Which one we gonna do? Biden's laptop. He want to see
Pennsylvania. If you want better,
see Biden. We're gonna put this on Patreon. Then he want to see Biden laptop
that you can trust.
That is the truth, and people understand.
Doing this right,
and then
because it was a jarring experience.
It was a
heard approximately a dozen or more. What clearly on my left arm, 15104. That's the zip code for Braddock.
RJ, man.
And on my right arm, these are the dates of the people that we lost.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I put the dates of people that were taken by violence in my community.
Well, I'm putting the Hunter Biden up. Hunter Biden video go up in 12 minutes, right? It should be up in less than 15 minutes. We're going to do that. We're going to end that now, and we're going to upload the Hunter Biden video right now for your likings. We'll be back with this message. We'll be right back. So we'll load Hunter Biden up. See you in about 15, 20 minutes, y'all. We're about to end this. Hunter Biden.